What's up, carnivore? Zach here with American Smoke, and tonight is a night of firsts. Y'all are going to get to meet somebody very special. With much ado, highly anticipated, I would like to introduce one of my favorite people on the whole planet. I want to introduce my son, Sabin James Parker. If y'all have noticed lately, maybe not as many videos have been produced. You're wondering, oh, what's going on with Zach? Well, we've got a newborn baby boy. He just turned 4 months old, and we couldn't be happier. Like I said, this is Sabin James, and tonight we're going to start the process of cooking his first brisket. And since it's his first brisket, and your first time meeting him, I wanted to have a first as well. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be marinating a brisket. I've never marinated a brisket. I saw this the other day. This is from the Allegro company. This is their brisket and fajita marinade. We're going to be marinating this in this big bag right here for about 24 hours. Around this time tomorrow night, we're going to be throwing it into the smoke and seeing how it turns out. Ain't that right, big boy? That's right. Sabin's excited. I'm excited. Let's go ahead, get this brisket into this marination bag, get this Allegro marinade on it, and get this whole process started. I want to take this opportunity to thank Lane's Barbecue for sending out this onesie for him. Carnivore in training. Y'all know what's up. Sabin James, Lane's Barbecue, Carnivore in training. It's going to be a good brisket. There ain't no doubt about it. Let's go ahead and let's get to it. Got a giant Ziploc bag that we're going to be using. There are some measurements on this bottle as far as like 1 cup per so many pounds, blah, blah, blah. But I'm not going to be doing 2 briskets out of this bottle. And so we're just going to be doing the whole bottle onto this brisket right here. Into the bag. Okay, so like I said, Allegro, brisket, and fajita. I'm excited about this. Now, this stuff here, it does have, as far as your sodium is concerned, 20% of your sodium. So this is all you're going to need. I'm not going to be salting this at all. This is going to be the salt. Let's go ahead and pour that in there. Get it all over the top. Let's get a little tasty poop. Ooh, that's going to be good. Yeah, we're just dumping the whole thing in there. I'm not going to need it for anything else, you know. 1 bottle, 1 brisket. Sounds pretty good to me. Now all we got to do is keep it from running out. Leave a little air hole right there on the end. Flatten it out. Now something I'm going to be doing is putting this, because I want the marinade to be all over it. So we're putting a straw in there. We're going to suck some of that air out of there. All right, so that's got it pretty tight. There we go. Nice and tight around our brisket, thoroughly coated in the marinade. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna come in, you know, before I go to bed tonight, a couple times tomorrow, give it a little flip-ski. Sabin and I are very excited about this. We'll see y'all tomorrow when we get this out of the bag and into the smoke. All right, so it's the next night. Our brisket has been marinating for 24 solid hours. Sabin and I, we've been talking about it, and we've decided that there is no better candidate to cook his first brisket than the pit boss vertical. I mean, am I right? Oh, am I right? That's right. That's right. We're also going to be burning some smoking pecan pellets in our smoke tube. He thought that was an excellent idea based on the content that he's seen. He also thought it would be a good idea to put a water pan below the brisket and to use American Smoke's 200, 300 brisket method for this cook, because look at this boy. He's all about his beauty sleep. He's got to have his sleep. We can't be getting up all night. We're going to let this thing run low and slow, 200 degrees all night long. We're going to wake up feeling refreshed in the morning, and we're going to ramp it up to 300, cook it till it's done. We're going to have a beautiful bark on there when we wake up in the morning. Can't wait. We're going to go ahead and let Mr. Sabin retire for the night while we get this brisket out and get some black pepper on it and get it in the smoker. So we'll go ahead and hand Sabin off. brisket, pepper. Yeah, man. Y'all check it out. We're gonna put it on our brisket. It's like a bigger grain than I think 16 grit or 16 mesh. Large chunks. I think it's gonna make a really pretty brisket. There's really no way to get this out of here without making a huge mess, so we're just going for it. This is not like a brine. This is a marinade, so no need to wash it off. I think it may have gained a pound or two. But man, look at the color on this thing. If this color holds true, then you know, we're going to be doing all right at the end of this cook. So Saban and I had a debate: fat cap up, fat cap down. Let me tell you something. It got heated, you know, but eventually he went over. It's his first brisket. He says we're going fat cap down. So fat cap down, which means I need to flip this over. I always like to season whatever side it is that's going up. I like to season it last. But really big grit on this pepper. I love it. We're going heavy with the black pepper. Yeah, man, this is going to be a pretty brisket. These things are like half peppercorns, man. It's going to have some fantastic bark. I feel like with a marinade, you know, you're definitely going to have ample flavor. That looks pretty good. All the things left is to get it into the smoker. All right, so as you can see, we got water in this water pan. I've also got water in this pan. This is going to help hold an even temperature through the night. We got our smoke tube fired up, burning right there. I'm going to try to keep my brisket from getting over the top of it. That way fat doesn't drip on it and cause flare-ups. Chamber full, baby. All right, so the way I've got this positioned, I've got the thinnest portion of my flat here at the edge. This is going to be the coolest portion of this vertical smoker. Is out towards the door. You've got vents here, here, and here, and then also heat coming in from the bottom. So this is going to be the best position to put a brisket. Thinnest part of the flat towards the window. Let's go ahead, close it up, let it come up to temp, and we'll call it a night. Oh, I just realized I didn't put my meters in. Go ahead and get our meters in. I'm not going to show y'all that, but I'm going to put one in the flat and one in the point. Okay, so talk about a good night's sleep. Look, I came down here and I checked on it a little after midnight last night. If y'all are in the Facebook group, you might have seen the black video I put up because I didn't turn any lights on. I just made a video of darkness and shared it with the group. So it's kind of dumb, but whatever. Saban was sleeping. Look, y'all, we didn't get up till 9 o'clock this morning. I didn't stir. I mean, I never came down here and spritzed it. Nothing. Slept like a baby. He slept like a baby. Or he slept like his daddy. I don't know. We're out having a good morning. I think it's time. Ooh. I think it's time we check this brisket. Ready, Saban? First brisket. Woo! Woo! Did somebody say the word color? Yes, sir, they did. That's some serious color right there. What do you think? What do you think about that? You did good. The pellet tube burned all the way up. Got all that delicious pecan smoke on that brisket. All we got to do now, crank this baby up to 300 degrees. And let it rock. We'll see y'all in a little bit. I haven't decided if I'm going to wrap this thing or not. We'll see how long it takes to get up to about 165. It's currently running at about 150. So we'll see how long that takes. If it starts to stall, we're going to put it in some foil. But if it don't, we're going to let it run unwrapped. Ain't that right, big boy? Let's get away from this smoke. Okay, so it's midday. We've been at 300 for about 3.5 hours now. And if you can see, I am soaking wet. I have been building a brick patio, and it's 122 degrees outside. So it's kind of gross, but it is what it is. It ain't going to build itself. I am just about done. But I have noticed there is a discrepancy in my point in my flat as far as the temperature is concerned by about 15 degrees. So we're going to give it the 180. If you notice this during your cooks, that's a good protocol. If the flat is getting hot slower than the point, rotate it around. Don't know why, but it just pretty much always works. Oh, it's jiggly. And it's and the grease will make it through this type of glove, and it just burned me. Check out the bark on this thing. That is going to be a pretty brisket after the rest. It's just going to be fantastic. All right, let's shut it back down. All right, so my point is at 208 degrees. My flat's at 200. Both are squishy. Talked to Saban. He said that those parameters are tolerable and that it's time to pull that. That marinade put a dark color on this bark. It almost looks burnt, but I know it ain't. Large grit, black pepper, 24-hour marinade. I cannot wait to cut into this brisket and see what's up. All right, so all that we're wanting to do here is just basically like a boat. I'm not really going to worry about the boat as much. It's just keeping drippings from getting out during the rest. All we're going to do is just close it up like that right there. Get out my new toy. This is my barbecue blanket from Rest EZ, from the Drip EZ company. Same company that makes that tub that y'all seen me use a good bit, but it's insulated, and you just put your brisket in there. However you can get it in there, but you just get it in there, and it's nice because it just lets you zip it up. But you just zip it up, and we're going to be putting this into our cooler for the next about 4 hours, I think. It'll be about 6:30 in 4 hours, so that's going to put us right where we want to be. All right, carnivores, so we're at that point in the cook, my favorite point in every cook, where we get to take the protein that's been resting, cut it open, see how we did. So let's go ahead and get it out of the cooler, onto the cutting board. Saban is going to come down for final inspections here in just a moment. He's been up there anxiously anticipating. He even had to take a nap to help calm his anxieties about how the brisket was going to turn out. He's so nervous. You know, it's your first one. It's your first one. It smells incredible. If it tastes anything like it smells, it's going to be just next level. Let's see if we can get this out of here without pulling it apart. It is so tender. And still just, you know, the blanket may have done too good of a job, because it is still extremely hot to the touch. Successfully removed from the foil. Successfully removed. We're going to get these out of here. All right, so we got some squish. I think Saban's in a good mood, so we need to strike while the iron is hot, baby. Yes. Oh, just beautifully rendered. Juice running out. Just absolutely beautiful. Smoke ring. I think Saban made a good call putting the fat cap down. Let's get another slice. The finger lick test is on point. A little dry out there on the end, but you're going to get that with the no wrap. Your inside will still be juicy, but you're going to have a little bit more of a bark on the outside. Check that out, y'all. Check that out. Perfect bend test. Carnivore in training. Saban, what do you think, buddy? What do you think? What do you think about that? Yeah, I think he's happy. What do y'all think? I think that's a happy boy right there. His first brisket turned out phenomenal. We are not going to be letting him try it because he ain't got no teethies. And that large grit pepper, I'm going to tell you something from the finger lick test. That large grit pepper has got some kick to it, a little bit of spice. I'm just glad y'all got to meet my boy, and I hope you give me a little bit of leeway on my production schedule and everything, you know, because we're dealing with this and 2 others now. So I'm going to do my best to get out the content that I can to you guys. But without further ado, I'm going to let Saban get back to living his best life, and we're going to try out this brisket. Yeah, this taste test has to happen. I mean, it has to happen right now. Got a nice little section here. We've got some fatty and some lean. Go for the fatty first. Oh my gosh, that is fire. Let's go for some of the lean. Oh, wow. Add some of that Allegro marinade to your to try list. Give your brisket a marinade. I don't know, you know, how much it contributed to, you know, moisture, tenderness, that sort of thing. I do know that this was just a choice brisket, and it's super juicy, super tender. I mean, just shreddable, but moist. It's a little different than just a dry rub, but that heavy black pepper, and then whatever's in that marinade on beef, so epically good. The bark that you get from the 200-300 method is intense. Shout out to the Smoke and Pecan Company. The smoke flavor is just on point. This whole brisket, just very good. Very good. I'm eating way too much. Thank you for joining Saban and I for his first brisket. This is my boy. He's going to be out here in the smoke with his daddy. You're going to be seeing lots more of him as the years go on. He'll probably be better at this than I am before you know it. Guys, thanks so much for watching. Smoke on, and I'll see y'all in the next video.